Father Emile Lorne was 27 winters old when he first arrived at the foot of the Black Citadel, a man of reluctant faith and restless dreams. Emile bore the look of one who had stared too long into sacred fire and found only shadows. He had not volunteered. The bishop had chosen him precisely because he doubted, because sometimes it is not the faithful who endure evil, but the skeptical, those who demand it show itself, who provoke it to the surface. He came with little more than a travel cloak, a leather-bound journal, and a rusted crucifix belonging to his late sister, who had vanished 15 years earlier without a trace. She too, some whispered, had served in a noble house. Some even claimed it was this house. As he ascended the serpentine path toward the castle gates, the trees grew quiet. Not still, no. They quivered, as if resisting breath. The air tasted of salt and iron. And when he reached the final bend, the great citadel rose before him like the carcass of some ancient leviathan, its towers bent, its stones weeping moss, its windows glowing faintly with the cold blue light of no known fire. She greeted him not at the door, but in the dining hall, as if expecting him. Countess Adela von Crane had not aged, not truly. Her skin bore the same porcelain sheen recorded in portraits painted 2 decades ago, but there was something thinner about her, as if she had been hollowed out, not by time, but by ritual. Her eyes bore no welcome, only interest. He was a subject, not a guest. "You've come to absolve me," she said, sipping a clear shimmering liquid from a silver cup. "Or to witness." "Witness," Emile replied, though his voice trembled like a violin string drawn too tight. She smiled. "Good, I tired of judgment, but curiosity ... that is divine." For 3 days, Emile wandered the castle. He was not restricted. She allowed him access to the libraries, the chapel now stripped of icons, and even the East Tower, where the walls pulsed faintly with warmth. The servants he saw did not speak. They moved as though pulled by invisible threads, their faces slack, their eyes unfocused. One girl passed him in the corridor, clutching a lantern. Her eyes were glassy. Her lips were sewn shut. On the second night, Emile entered the northern wing and found a chamber lined with jars, each one sealed with red wax, each containing a single, flickering flame. But these flames did not dance. They watched. When he approached, one blinked, and in that blink, he saw a child, a boy, blonde hair, wide, screaming eyes. He stumbled back, and for the first time in years, he prayed. Adela found him in the chapel, hands trembling, voice breaking. She listened patiently, almost kindly, as he demanded answers. "They are not dead," she said. "Not entirely." He shouted, cursed, raised the crucifix, but she did not recall. She only stepped closer and whispered, "Do you know what a soul weighs? Truly, not metaphorically, not in sermons. In substance." Emile said nothing. She continued, 17 grams, less than a swallow of wine, but within those grams, ... eternity, light, the kind no candle can mimic, no oil can match, but it fades too fast, unless ... unless you bind it to flesh, to suffering, to memory. He called her mad. She did not deny it. "I did not invent this," she said, walking to the window. "Only the Egyptians harvested car, the Babylonians bottled breath. I learned to keep the scream, to distill it. Children are pure, their despair, unfiltered, a cruel thing, but beautiful." Emile wanted to strike her then, but his hand would not rise. She was not possessed, not cursed. She was certain, and that certainty paralyzed him. That night, he wrote in his journal, "I fear she has found something true, not holy, but real. And if it is real, then perhaps all our teachings are less than shadows." But the worst came on the 3rd day. He followed the sound of humming soft, like a lullaby, down to the cellars. There, in chambers carved from old stone, he found the source of the light. 23 lanterns, each burning not with flame, but with trapped soul stuff. The room was warm, not with heat but with presence, a thick, invisible thrum, and at the center stood a vat, tall and narrow, its metal blackened from years of alchemy. Floating within, a child, still breathing, eyes open, glowing faintly from beneath the skin. Tubes ran from her limbs, feeding the light into channels that led to the lamps above. She was alive, but her mind gone. He screamed. Adela appeared beside him, as if conjured by the cry. Her voice was soft. She was dying anyway. Consumption. Her mother begged me to ease the pain. I made her eternal. You made her a candle, Emil roared, tears scorching his eyes. No, she whispered. I made her a lighthouse. And for a moment, just a moment, he saw it. Not the horror, but the order, the precision, the reason. In that flicker of madness, he almost believed her. He fled the castle that night, under the watchful glow of windows lit by stolen lives. But he left the journal behind, and Adela read every word.